What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode of
Fornever News!
the only news source that provides anything and everything anime and manga related. And we don't bore you. We get into it.
No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done.
I'm sure as y'all can see, y'all probably like, oh snap, what's going on here? A special episode of ForneverWorld News I wanted to bring to you guys today. We're going to be talking about the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. With me, I have the notoriously just unstoppable Plot Armor. You guys want to introduce yourself? Please do.
Yeah, what's going on, guys? We're Plot Armor. We make videos on anime and manga all the time, nearly every day, as much as we can. Always grinding, trying our best. And we're very happy to be here back on the channel over here.
Yeah, just putting our best foot forward, that shonen mentality. Nice to be here on Fornever News.
You already know. Now, some of y'all may remember these gentlemen. We did the best manga of 2021. Big event, legendary event, honestly. One of the most fun times I've had creating content in quite some time. So I wanted to bring the guys back on again and see what's going on here with this time around Crunchyroll's Anime Awards and see if they got it right. I've heard some murmurings. It's never a happy thing when these award shows go down. There's always going to be somebody, no, that should happen. But I guess we'll give our 2 cents on whether or not they got it right with each of the categories. We're going to skip out on like the multiple language ones. We're not going to do like Russian VAs and stuff like that because that's just not, in our wheelhouse. So we will be skipping out on that, minus like English and Japanese, since that's something that we can't touch up on. And I don't want to waste any more of these guys' time. Do you guys want to jump right into it?
Let's do it.
Okay, so we're going to start off first with best VA performance in English. Now, I'm not the biggest dub guy. I know a name or two here or there, so that's mainly going to be my perspective because I don't really watch dub. What about you guys?
I have not touched a dub anime in a very long time.
I'm mostly into sub, like probably most people watching this video, but I will sometimes touch dub if I'm trying to like multitask,
Yeah, no, I feel it. I mean, dubbing, like I like it, like he said, multitasking. Like I can do 100,000 things and just hear the audio. Where unfortunately, I'm not fluent in Japanese, so it'll be a bit of a struggle. But let's see. It says here, best VA performance in English was David Wald, who did Ainosuke Shindo Adam from Skate the Affinity. I didn't even watch that anime. Did either of you?
No.
No, it's really my skate the infinity.
Oh snap. Okay. Well, David beat out a couple of big contenders. I know Laura Bailey from Fruits Basket. She's big.
Same here.
Adam MacArthur, who did Yuji Tadori. Wow, he took out some big names. Okay, so we can't give too much insight on this one because we're not familiar. But well, let's see. Switching languages. Let's jump over to. We're looking at best VA in English. Let's see Japanese. That's the only other one that I believe either of us gentlemen are familiar with. This one. Whoa. Okay. We got best VA performance. Japanese winner is Yuki Kaji for Eren Yeager Attack on Titan Final Season Part 1. This is a bag I think all of us can get into.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Performance like crazy. There's so much fire behind the voice of this guy.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Like I've been sleeping on Attack on Titan. I don't want to dive into the tumultuous fucking relationship that I have with this series, but I will say that there is no doubt in my mind that Eren Yeager, the voice actor, has put 1,000% to the point where I just reported here on ForneverWorld News like 2 days ago that he lost his voice in the booth with the latest episode.
Wow.
Like that's passion, to lose your voice screaming and all that stuff. But I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's amazing how they've been able to pull off Attack on Titan post the first 3 seasons, because it's essentially almost a different show. It's like a war story now opposed
Truly.
to the season 4 is so different from the rest of the series. It's like a whole different thing now. And Slice, didn't something like that happen with the Broly VA? I feel like you told me that mad years ago.
Oh yeah, just like going crazy, losing your voice, just putting so much into the role. That was the Vic Mignogna, the English voice actor, I believe. The thing about this is like I'm fully into Eren winning here, Yuki. However, I don't know if the competition is exactly like the craziest, most standout performances that like everyone is talking about. Like Gabi's up there. I don't know if you're gonna compete with Eren in that category.
I will say that I'm glad that Eren did beat Gabi, because like, yeah, no, I'm sorry. I can't, from the grave, I can't disrespect our shorty like that. So Gabi, you had to take the L. I don't care. I'm sorry. No. Oh snap! No, that's just being petty. But yeah, looking at the competition, like I never got into Odd Taxi. That's one that I do plan on getting into. But I've heard great things. But I don't know if it's greater than Eren Yeager's scream insanity of what he did in that first half of the final season.
I think it comes down to like the circumstance. You know, this is a suspenseful series. This is a series where we don't know what's going on in Eren's head. So like every word that's coming out of his mouth is going to be like the most impactful thing ever for the entirety of that series, which is like one of the biggest series in the world. And then you have these other things where
these other things,
not even to be disrespectful, but they're just not even in the same stratosphere as Attack on Titan in terms of popularity. So they lose out on that. And then just in terms of the performances, you know, some of these characters aren't like the biggest names comparatively right now.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if there's nothing else to say, I'll say that I'm satisfied, more than satisfied with Yuki winning this one. I think it's deserved.
Even beyond this competition, I can't even think of, you know, another performance that year that stuck out like Eren. So
this was last year. Yeah. I don't know if it competes with Eren or anything. That's or Yuki, but I thought the VA for Bakugo had a great performance in season 5 as well. Though, if you remember the 1A 1B, he had some very good delivery in that tournament.
I'll no comment that because I was not a fan of that season, so I'll leave that as a no comment.
It was the very beginning when we were all optimistic.
Yeah, we still had hope back then.
It was very. You should check it out for at least that fight on YouTube or something.
Yeah.
I mean, Bakugo's VA is always like.
He's always on 10 though. He
Yeah,
always
yeah.
brings that energy. That
For sure.
Let's move on then. Best film. Winner of best film is Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, the movie Mugen Train. And again, I personally I'm looking at the list right now what it was up against. There's only one other title I would have said might have been able to take the throne with Evangelion, but Demon Slayer winning, I mean, that's a no-brainer. It's one of the most successful, isn't it the most successful Japanese film of all time or something crazy like that?
I believe
Yeah,
so.
it literally like held up the economy or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So accolades, the performance in general, that was just a really freaking great movie too. Like, take all of that aside, I don't want to shit on the artistic side of it. It was pretty freaking awesome.
Ufotable has done the damn job when it came to this movie, the series, period. Like, they've brought and elevated the series to a whole new world.
Not just the series, anime in general.
Yeah, truly.
I think they changed the way things are gonna be for the next 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, that movie set a precedent. Like, this category is gonna be crazy in the years to come just because of the precedent that's been set by this film.
It's so wild. I feel like the market is starting to shrink more in terms of like the studios that people really talk about. Like back in the day, people used to talk about like 5 or 10 different studios.
Yeah.
Now it's like Ufotable, Mappa, and hey, there's some other shit happening.
Ufotable, Madhouse, right?
Madhouse, not as much as they used to, because a lot of Madhouse employees went over to Mappa. It got co-founded by some of the people from former Madhouse employees. So people that probably worked on Hunter x Hunter, Parasite, all of those big titles, they ran over to Mappa.
Yeah.
You're right for sure though. It used to be so many studios we talked about. Now it's max 3. You know,
Exactly.
we don't care.
We'll look forward to like something from Studio Trigger or whatever, you know, one of their original series and things
Those
like that.
wacky things, yeah.
But that's like that's a one-off. That's the small thing. Mappa's taking over every like major title right now.
Quick thing on Trigger, agree or disagree? I feel like Trigger has become kind of like a niche in itself within anime. It's like a genre. Trigger is like a whole genre of anime. I feel like
I agree. I think it's like a Ghibli movie kind of thing, but just like as a series.
They have their own little niche genre thing.
Look at the creativity and where it comes from, because Studio Trigger, they're actually similar to what's happening with Mappa coming from Madhouse. They were originally Studio Gainax, and they did Gurren Lagann, and then they took all those talented people that did the wackiness of Gurren Lagann, and then they went to Trigger and they made Kill La Kill, and then they just keep on with it's interesting to see where it all stems from and how it keeps on. Like, this studio does something crazy, then a bunch of people within it like, okay, we're gonna do our own thing, and then they go on and do something crazy.
Are you a Trigger fan?
I mean, I can't off the top of my head list a whole bunch of series from them, but what they did with Kill la Kill and just in general what they stand for and what they've been doing of an independent route of, you know, breaking away from Gainax, I've always respected what they've done, and its wackiness is creative to me. I love it.
And I mean, if we look at the studios that are on this list for these films, I mean, the only one that kind of sticks out to me would be Bones, but it's been a while since I've thought of Studio Bones.
Yeah, I gotta pull out a magnifying glass on Bones. Like, what y'all been doing lately?
On the topic of anime films, Demon Slayer is getting an announcement in the next week. Do you think it's gonna be film 2 or season 3?
I guess where's the manga at right now? Is there enough where they could do like the Mugen Train was like, oh wow, that's kind of perfect to just put into a movie.
The swords, what's it called?
Swordsmith Village.
Swordsmith Village.
Yeah.
Do you think that could be compacted all the way straight into a movie, or?
Yeah,
I think
especially
so.
the ending would be a great for the movie.
Yeah.
You know the ending.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
No,
say
no
it, but
spoilers
the
yet. No
course
spoilers.
I'm not. But the ending would be great for a movie, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it could have a similar impact to how Mugen Train was, because Mugen Train, action packed, also emotional, just everything that is Demon Slayer could definitely be compounded into a movie. It could go either way, truly. I think that because of how well Mugen Train did, they're going to be inclined to want to do another movie, because at the end of the day, they still repackaged Mugen Train for television afterwards. So it doesn't make a difference to them as a studio.
And we know that Kondo is making sure those cafes are bringing in that money so he can put in his safe in his home. Alrighty, well, let's move on to the shits and giggles. Best comedy winner. And that is an anime that I actually just started not that long ago. Komi Can't Communicate won best comedy, and it beat out some decent contenders. I mean, I was a big fan of Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. I'm shocked that it beat that
I'm
out.
surprised I didn't win. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't win.
Yeah.
That had a lot of buzz, a lot of hype, a lot of controversy back and
Controversy.
forth. Like,
Was
holy
that like
crap.
earlier in the year?
Yeah, I want to say that
Maybe a
was
recency thing.
Yeah,
Probably
I think
spring?
it might be a recency thing.
could be, yeah. Now that you say that, because Don't Toy Me Must Now. I don't know. That I know I was shocked because I thought I was gonna watch maybe one episode, see what the hubbub was about, and keep on moving. And then I'm like, oh shit, it's the season finale. No, so
Yeah, I know that Horikoshi was a fan of Komi.
yeah, yep. He did like that. I remember him mentioning it in one of the author comments, I think.
It's surprisingly really popular. I've come to realize.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. It's on Netflix. It's the accessibility is there for general audience members and people like that. The other contenders, we got Odd Taxi. I feel like it may very well be a great series and stuff, but it's a little bit harder to get into for your average anime enjoyer or just casual viewer because of these are anthropomorphic animals going into a cab. It doesn't have that same allure or appeal.
Let's not forget Agrexco though.
Fair enough, but I think that that's a Sanrio character, so it's the same appeal as Hello Kitty, which is just massive.
I want to say they excluded Agretzko from this one because of how it came out or when it came out or something like that. I remember reading because that probably would have been here in the categories, but they excluded it because of its release date or something like that.
See, that would have been probably a better competitor. Well, not a better, but like a sizable competitor because of, again, impact it already has had. People are familiar with it, longing for it. It's on Netflix, so it would have probably been a pretty powerful addition to this.
I would have preferred Miss Nagatoro because so far from what I've seen of Komi Can't Communicate, it's all right. I'm enjoying it, but boy, did Miss Nagatoro make me fucking bust out laughing so many times.
Recency bias, I feel. That's probably the best thing.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it because it kind of feels that way. Like, man, I don't know. But okay, let's mosey on over to Best Fantasy. And the winner of that is by Studio 8-Bit. That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime Season 2. And that's Best Fantasy. Wow. That's another one that I've been sleeping on because like I watched majority of every other contender because this was a packed house. They have Wonder Egg Priority, To Your Eternity, The Case Study of Vanitas, the Slime series, Ranking of Kings, and Mushoku Tensei. I would have put Ranking of Kings or Mushoku Tensei easily. This would not have been, again, I'm not caught up or I'm not into the Slime series right now. I'm planning on it. But yeah, Ranking of Kings is just godlike. I don't know.
I think that this is definitely a case of just popularity. That's what it has to be. The fantasy genre in anime is one of the most packed things you can find. I mean, there's an isekai every week, isn't there? So to have slime up there is pretty
I think
surprising to an extent.
Slime has one thing going for it though. One big thing. It's marketability.
Mhm.
That main character, Rimuru, it's powerful.
Yeah.
I think that's something that has over a lot of other potentially better fantasy anime.
I might be even speaking with recency bias because to be honest with you, To Your Eternity, which came out around the same time as Nagatoro, I probably would even put over Ranking of Kings because that shit had me bawling, crying every freaking week.
Yeah, I mean, everyone that's ever talked to me about the series has talked about how emotional they get watching it. You would think that it would be an impact kind of thing, but ultimately this is a open voting situation. It's not like there are like a panel of judges or anything, so it's less of a quality thing and more just popularity. And slime is, when it's on Crunchyroll, it's plastered everywhere. I mean, I'm pretty sure my icon on Crunchyroll is a Rimuru. So he's everywhere.
Yeah, wow. I'd imagine if it was like a certain section, they would probably, because all I heard was how a master class Mushoku Tensei is for the isekai genre. So I'm shocked that didn't even take it, because the fandom was ridiculous while that was running.
You know what it is? Also, I think the isekai lovers are a smaller sect. Like, they probably go with Mushoku Tensei, but then the grander expanse of just general fans probably elevated slime over it.
It's like, and I don't know if y'all will agree with me, but it's like putting in a popularity vote Yu Yu Hakusho or Dragon Ball Z. The real ones know what's good, but Dragon Ball Z is gonna win.
Yeah, easily that. Yeah, exactly that.
Oh man, but yeah, I don't know. I can't rock with that. I'm sorry. Like, there's too many really like 10 out of 10 type of shit here to give it to the slime series. Again, I'm not caught up on the slime series, and I'm not hating on slime. Congratulations. It just wouldn't be me.
Slime is easy, it's digestible, it's simple content, you know, comparatively, I mean.
Mainstream appeal.
Yeah, so it just has that mainstream appeal to it.
Fair enough. Let's move on to best action winner. And the best action winner from Studio Mappa, surprise, surprise, Jujutsu Kaisen Core 2, and it beat out very, very tough contenders: Attack on Titan Part 1 final season, Demon Slayer, the Mugen Train, which that's movie quality that they just, you know, put in a TV rendition. I'm not sure what the hell is the SSSS Dynazenon. Are either of you familiar with that?
Is it in the Gridman series? SSS was.
It's by Trigger.
Yeah, it's by Trigger.
Because SSS was Gridman.
So what is that, like a spin-off of another series, or?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Essentially.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like,
okay.
imagine Gundam did.
Yeah, because it literally has subtitle Gridman Universe.
Yeah, so it's like a Gundam type thing where there's like, you know.
Oh, different things in the same in a universe.
I guess it just didn't. This one didn't get into our purview because Gridman, the first one, had like you know, everyone talking because of especially the female characters.
Fan service.
Yeah, definitely the fan service there.
Bit Studio put their foot in it when it came to Vivi. Either you watch Vivi Fluorite Eyes song.
I never watched it, but I feel like I might have seen a shot or two.
That looked absolutely. I mean, I guess this is for action, so I can't really. But Vivi aesthetically was just, oh my god, especially the detail in the eyes. Like, we give Jujutsu Kaisen the eye detail, like, oh my god, look at Gojo's eyes, so detailed. No, the Vivi, and I know I'm giving props like the eye detail, but holy shit, fluoride eyes, they really made sure they put it in the eyes. It was
I'm seeing it. Just a little quick look on Google.
it was something else, man. So
Action though.
yeah, action. I gotta stay on that because like that's a different thing. One Direct Priority, no, like it was a really awesome show, but well, towards the end, no, not action. Vivi, again, I don't know about action. I'm very unfamiliar with Dynazenon, so I don't know. Jujutsu Kaisen Core 2 had incredible action. Mugen Train had oh my god, the choreography. Sometimes I look at it and I'm like, damn, it almost feels like they reenact some or tried to reenact some of the shit with humans and then just redo it or something. It looked so wow.
I think that this one is a fair winner for sure, because for as good as Attack on Titan is, how much we enjoy it, you know, right now especially, it's the story and all that we're really looking forward to, not exactly the Titan, you know, back and forth all
like
too
Levi
much.
versus the Beast, like that was season 3.
Well, that's an exception, but that was amazing.
You see, yeah, that's at those times for sure. Like, I'm not even discrediting Attack on Titan's action and stuff. But just like comparatively to JJK, I mean, we have so many hand-to-hand brawls and stuff. It's a lot of just good stuff. Especially the ending of that season was very well choreographed.
JJK is like a traditional. It's a battle manga. You know what I mean? It's just, we're squaring up. Attack on Titan has action, but I don't feel like it's exactly a battle manga.
And Mappa put their foot into it.
And then a lot of like when it comes to the Demon Slayer action part, a lot of that was motherfuckers on a train trying to figure out what's going on, dream sequences.
The length of that was that train.
Yeah. So yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen definitely got it fairly. This was fair and square. So
Agreed.
Big ups to JJK taking the action as it should. I mean, that's Mappa's specialty at this point, right? Let's move on. Best drama. Okay, and I don't know what else is in the category yet, but To Your Eternity winning best drama. I'm here for it. It was very dramatic. It beat out 86. I heard a lot of hubbub about that. It beat out Fruits Basket. Wow. Kageki Shoujo, Taxi, and Wonder Egg Priority. Yo, Wonder Egg Priority gets nominated so many times. It's still-
Yeah, I
yeah,
noticed.
it keeps taking L's left and right. I'm 150% on board with this victory. Like, I think they got it right with this one.
Makes sense to me. Like I said, people just keep crying watching this. I mean, that's one of the most impactful emotional outbursts you can have. So definitely makes sense to me.
Yeah, didn't watch it, but throughout the year, everyone was talking about it, like in our community on Discord or in like community polls on YouTube.
Fairs. The best romance, I really didn't watch. Did either of you watch like romance? Do you really want to break down the best romance? I don't know.
I don't think I have the credentials for this one.
I'm not.
Yeah.
At least not this year's. But
We too manly in this bitch. We're moving on. All
I
right.
will just drop in the fact I'm surprised that B-Stars, like I'm pretty sure they have like a strong backbone of fans. I'm surprised they didn't like beat out anything in their way.
Wait, Horimiya won? Oh, okay. That's a shocker. I probably would have given it to Don't Toy With Me or Fruits Basket, but wow.
Yeah,
Horimiya.
I mean, a Fruits Basket has a pretty strong fan base too.
Because Fruits Basket been around, and I know I said we wasn't gonna go into the romance shit, but Fruits Basket been around for a minute. Like that was the OG shoujo romance series that all the girls got into like anime and manga back in the day. So
Mhm.
Yeah,
that's a
very
shock.
classic.
Okay, let's go to best fight scene winner. Best fight scene winner, Jujutsu Kaisen Core 2, Yuji Itadori, and Aoi Todo versus Hanami. And I can't get mad at that one either. I can't. No, wait a minute. I'm mad.
Yeah, I am mad.
I'm mad. Hold up.
Very mad.
Yo, how they gonna do my no, Naruto should have won that. I don't care.
Naruto versus Ishiki
No.
should have won.
No. I'm
Absolutely.
on JJK's side of this one. We
Oh,
have a disagreement here
No.
because I'm on JJK with-
So
I watched that fight again today. Mappa is insane. They have the water looking like it's in a movie. Like, man, and the choreography, the clapping with Toto. Nah, that fight got it.
I don't know,
Naruto
fam.
boxing was too.
Naruto boxing, and on top of that, taking dude's life with every blow, and it just felt like okay, I'll give you the difference of what I felt and what I think majority of people would feel watching that fight with Naruto versus Ishiki and the fight with Yuji and Toto. Yuji and Toto fight, it feels like it's in the grand scheme of things. It feels like okay, this is going to lead to something else. Even when I read it back in the day when I watched it, I never thought like, damn, yo, Yuji's gonna die in this one, fam. Like I never had any of those feelings. With the Naruto versus Ishiki fight, every step of the way I thought, oh my god, is Naruto gonna die here? Is this gonna be the moment?
Yeah, there's more depth to
If
it.
we're talking that, if we're considering things like the depth of the fight, the stakes, yes. But if we're just talking choreography and just how it looks, the hype, I give it to JJK. But if we're taking
Naruto came down like a
I don't
meteorite.
even know about the hype because I think people lost their minds when like Gojo was doing his thing, with that whole situation. And it was definitely, it's JJK. It's exciting just seeing anything. But the impact of that Naruto fight.
the choreography in that JJK fight, though, man.
I'll give it to you on that, but like I think that it wasn't all right. The choreography with JJK was like up here. Naruto, I'll say maybe around here or something like that. But it makes up for it with everything else that is so much more elevated and above this fight. And also, I'll say JJK had 2 nominations on this one category.
To Boruto.
Come on, man.
Wow, I didn't even realize. Yeah, Yuji and Nobara, and then Yuji and what the? Oh, okay, that's cheating.
Yeah.
God damn it.
You had to win.
Yeah, no, I'm giving it to Naruto. I'm sorry, I disagree
I'm
with
not
this
mad
one.
at it though, but I do like the JJK fight a lot.
Like this was the only nomination that Boruto got out of having like one of the best years the entire franchise has had in forever. So yeah, I respect it though, absolutely, because that was an amazing bout, Yuji and Toto. Like I respect that. That's what you're rocking with, and that's
It was one of the like better combination fights, like 2-on-1 or anything like that in a while.
had a lot of
Last thing
people
I could think
screaming
of was
Mappa.
from Boruto.
Not mad at you guys for liking Boruto over it. I think the stakes were much higher and most.
We also had Aaron versus Warhammer Titan. I mean, That was no. I think it lacks the depth to an extent just because we just met the Warhammer. Don't really, it's not that crazy. The visuals, it's not competing. Yeah.
People were still complaining at that time too about the CG. There was still
True.
it was a dope fight, but nowhere near on the level of.
I think it had more shock value than the Yuji and Todo, but that's about it.
I guess if you're anime only too, for Attack on Titan, the fact that we really just brought in this new Titan just to have them pop like that, it was like, dang.
Yeah, it's never so impactful when you don't have enough time with a character involved in a fight. It's
there's also that surprise
factor.
Yeah. That it's like, wow, we're really doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Really got popped.
Yeah.
Bringing me back, Attack on Titan. Had some amazing moments. All right, let's skedaddle on down to Best Antagonist. Winner, wow. Attack on Titan clearing house. Eren Yeager.
Yeah, of course.
This one was controversial.
Yes. Well, let's just quickly look. Okay, so the nominees were Eren Yeager, Shigaraki Tomoda for season 5, Yano from Odd Taxi, Echidna from ReZero, Inosuke Shindo, and Kisaki from Tokyo Revengers. Easily, if there was going to be anybody else besides Eren, I would probably go with Kisaki because that dude was.
Really?
Yeah, I would go like Echidna was dope. I'm not familiar with Yano, Shindo, and Shigaraki. If it was the manga, like 1-to-1,
Oh my
Manga
god.
version.
I give that like, yo, it's Tomoda all day. But yeah, I would probably give it a Kisaki if it wasn't. But then again, which I'm sure that's what you were referring to when you said that this was controversial, because him being in this role to begin with,
Yeah.
that's
the controversy.
Yeah.
that's a bit of morality right there. Like, well, if you look at his morals of what he was trying to do you really say yada yada? What did
And
you
even
guys
how he's
say?
poised in this series, it's like he can be considered a protagonist despite him
He was in
being.
both categories.
What?
He was protagonist and antagonist.
Yeah, he was nominated in both
Oh,
categories.
come on.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. You can't. That's not how that works.
Pick one,
You just because you're against someone else, you can't be both with this, bro.
Because isn't Deku technically against Shigaraki?
Yeah.
Like, he's
You
Shigaraki.
can't do that. Okay, they just wanted him to win. Just say that.
Yeah.
No. and then I don't know his intentions. He's just returning the favor. I mean, it's not that. I don't know. I don't feel he's an antagonist. I think that because he was here, once they announced the category, I knew that he was gonna win. It was one of those things where you could just see it because of popularity of the character right now, that year, and the impact.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense for him to even be in the category.
Would we put Light Yagami, if it was today, Death Note was today, would we put Light Yagami in here?
Ooh, that's an interesting
That's the same
question.
thing.
That's
That's a similar kind of not 1-to-1, but very similar.
I think you can't put him in both though. I think you have to either put him in protagonist or antagonist. But I would more likely put him in protagonist because the people that are antagonizing him would be L, and the police force or whatever. Just because you are doing bad things does not mean that you can't be a protagonist of your story. You are the person who is pushing forth this thing and you're setting out on this journey, whether that be good or bad morally. That's what you're setting out to do. The people who oppose you are antagonizing and going against you.
It's just perspective, essentially. To people that, let's just say, for whatever reason, they jumped into Attack on Titan with the time skip and whatnot, and they following Gabby's journey. They're looking at Eren, oh, he's the bad guy. But
Right.
with us, that we have these eyes of seeing that, yo, he was tortured and he saw his mother die right before his eyes and stuff like that. You're gonna know that, okay, there's more to him. And then when you realize his reasoning behind things, you're like, oh. And at the end of the day, it's just to get back. The same thing y'all did to my hometown, destroyed everything and all that. Well, here you go. So either way, that's crazy.
Put them in both categories.
Yeah.
I think they kind of messed up there.
Because if we wanted it to break it down as just isolating this season or this part of the season, then you could say he could be the antagonist, I guess. But at that point, who do you say is the protagonist?
Reiner.
Man, that
Gabby.
But I'm not mad at him for winning. I like him. So.
because I'd say
Well, who would you, out of that list, who would you replace him with if you decided, you know what, I want him out of here? Who would you put then?
okay, Kisaki is the devil. He's evil. But was he's so present as much as everyone else? I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, that is because he wasn't really, that it's his wrath, but you don't really see him until towards okay.
And that was one of the one of the things I was wondering about. I was like, okay, I guess we're gonna just get him really much later because I don't know this guy. I know he's he's responsible in the grand scheme of things, but I'm just seeing the impact of his stuff. I'm not seeing him directly involved with it. Echidna, she's bizarre.
Yeah.
She's bizarre. Like, she's just strange. So I can understand it being a little confusing. Shigaraki, despite the anime season 5 being what it was, ultimately, and this is not even bias of, you know, covering My Hero for all the time we have. We got so much from the character with this portion of the story in terms of, you know, his origins, where he's coming from, how he came to be this way, and then his deliverance of his wrath. I think I'd have to give it to Shigaraki.
And growth as a villain.
Absolutely. If we're just looking at the actual content, what happened, Shigaraki might.
The way he broke it down, yeah. Like my bias of just how I feel.
I'm right there with you with season 5, man.
Yeah,
I think we quit like covering it towards the end, right?
Yeah, we were making reviews weekly, but we can't do this.
Yeah, I'm like, it was the villain arc looking forward to the most. Got to it, saw that they cut out like the first, like, most important thing for me, and then chopped up the rest. Yeah, okay. I waited how long for this? No, I'm good.
We weren't gonna complain weekly, you know?
Yeah.
I was singing this shit's praise way before. I was like, yo, I don't know. Once it hits,
y'all not ready. You anime only.
it's about to get crazy.
My Hero becomes goated.
This is the point where My Hero will never be the same. No, they ruined it. They soiled it, and I don't even know how I feel about the continuation of anime right now because of that. So,
and then the manga speeding up. Well, anyway, yeah, I don't want to dive too far off, but
despite how like it may have been adapted, ultimately Shigaraki, I'd have to give it to him.
I'm not mad about Eren.
We love Eren.
We love Eren. So
but you know,
shout outs to Eren Yeager. And I guess with that, since it's, you know, two wings on the same plane, let's jump to best protagonist. And the winner of the best protagonist, thankfully they didn't give it to both ones. It's not Eren Yeager. It is.
They changed the winner. If he won and they just didn't. They probably just rigged the voting.
They're like, screw it now. We can't do this.
We're not doing that.
It was.
I need your bold statements on this one.
Otokawa from Odd Taxi. What? Nah, dog. Nah. I don't know about Otokawa. I'm sure he's one of the greatest anime characters ever freaking written. But nah, dog. Like, alone. Okay, Eren Yeager, we just broke him down. He's a great character. Yuji was dope. I don't know if I would say he's like blew my mind as an MC or anything.
Gonna get me canceled on this one.
Joe.
Say it though. I'm not gonna. I love JJK. I consider Itadori the most forgettable shonen main character. He's more bland to me than Deku. It doesn't even feel like his story. I love JJK.
I never thought about that. I want to say he's most bland, but he's definitely not like he's not the most. We always go back to Gojo for the hype. We don't go to the MC, which like in Black Clover, I'll still get hype over Asta, even though I'm really hype over Yami, but I'll still get hype. Do I ever get really? I mean, there was a few moments, I guess when he gets mad and in dangerous situations, I'm a little bit hyped.
But we're not even looking forward to him. We're looking forward to
Sukuna. Yeah. Wow. No,
Fushiguro, Sukuna, Gojo, like Nobara, like, but yeah, all those characters overshadow Yuji for me. I feel like he is really forgettable. Obviously, anything could happen in the last stretch of the story, but at this point, I feel like if it ended today, in 5 years, we would not talk about this character.
Yeah.
Ever.
Wow. That's a bold statement, and I could see people being pissed off, but I can't really disagree. I never really thought about that.
Like, you know, I love JJK still.
Yeah, it's a great series.
I just don't really care for this.
I think the main character, I heard him say all this, and I came to the realization, you're right. Like, oh my gosh.
Okay, just a quick one. Yuta or Yuji?
I think Yuta is more cool. I think he has more character than Yuta has more character than
he comes across as more badass because of his links to Gojo as well. Like the fact that he's second to, it's like
there's a lore to it.
Yuta, I feel like he has more. This might even be a bad thing to some people. Itadori just feels like a regular high school kid. You know what I mean? There's nothing stand out to him about, in my opinion. Yuta feels like a whole character. I could describe him. He's not just normal dude.
There's more depth and, like, you know, more going on, especially when we're just talking about the anime right now. You know, there's a lot more to recognize with that character. Itadori, he doesn't have even a signature move like that is so prolific in our minds that we think about or associate the character with. You know, usually that's how you establish like your main MC of a shonen series. He just doesn't.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be like 9 o'clock at night. I'm gonna be chilling, and that's just gonna pop in my mind. I'm gonna be like, "Yo, word, he really was spitting facts right there."
I'm gonna look at the popularity poll. I'm curious.
Oh shoot! Again, hey, if the commenters are upset, I can't help it. But I can't really argue against that much because I'm never really like, yo, Yuji. I'm more like,
I want to hear
yo,
the
go,
argument.
Joe.
You know, I want to hear it.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Tell me why you
You're
like
a poopy head. You don't know what you're talking about.
Tell me
Goodbye.
why you like Itadori. I want to hear it, you know? I want to hear it.
Oh shit.
I'm looking up the popularity song.
But let's get back to the best protagonist. So Yuji and Eren, that's ridiculous. He just won, you know what I'm saying? The other one, I would easily give it to Joe. I don't know if either of you are Megalobox fans.
I watched season 1. I loved season 1. I didn't get around to season 2.
You're doing yourself a disservice, dog.
Really?
Season 2, it takes it in a whole different direction. First of
Okay.
all, Joe is dealing with a lot of freaking demons, dog. He is dealing with some serious tough stuff throughout it. It's way darker. I just got goosebumps talking about it.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, I
I'm
swear to God.
surprised. I thought, because honestly, sometimes with a series, if I feel like content with a season 1, I won't even continue just because I don't know what more I could ask for from this.
It
So
felt
I didn't.
complete.
I thought it was just a one and done.
Out of everybody here on this list, Adakawa from Odd Taxi, I don't know him, but Boji from Ranking of Kings, I love Ranking of Kings, and Ioto, Joe, he feels like almost a real person. Like I can show you, like, okay, boom, he tries his hardest, boom, he's dealing with this, boom, like he legitimately is a fleshed out, like full blown real character.
Wow.
And what he dealt with in that freaking season, like, nah, I gotta give it. I feel Megalobox 2 is criminally underrated. Like they even took it in a different direction of like, okay, they went to like Mexico and they had like Mexican music and shit. They just tried something different
Wow.
and it worked through and through. And
I'm about to give it a
I'm glad
look.
you mentioned that. With season 1, it reminded me of kind of like Bebop or Samurai Champloo and the whole aesthetic it has, like that feeling like they're really going about this artistically.
1,000,000,000%. That's literally what I used to say when I was watching season 1. Straight up, like, oh, it got it like older aesthetic of like Cowboy Bebop or something. Yeah, wow.
I will say, once again, Wonder Egg is here again.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Does it all. Does it all.
Oh shit, that's a good one. Or Wonder Egg, yo. I mean, would you put Ioto in there? No, yay. Poor Ioto.
Oh my goodness! Like hasn't won a single thing, but is nominated for everything.
They're doing stuff right, it's not perfect.
I guess so.
But yeah, for me, Joe, Boji is really dope too. Like you know, just thinking about Yuji, like, he's a part of a really awesome series.
Yeah, that's
It's
it.
a part of
Yeah.
a great series.
So
A
he
lot of
kind of
great characters.
just got the participation like trophy here,
Yeah.
even being a nominee.
And hey, we'll make it clear again. If you love Itadori, all good.
I'd like to know why.
Just let me know why. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll change my mind. Maybe I'm missing something.
It could be that, you know, entry anime. A lot of people, if that's their entry, like that's their goat no matter what. Okay, let's move on. Let's go to best character design. Seriously? The winner is Tadashi Hiramatsu from Jujutsu Kaisen Core 2. So essentially the character designs in general, like the character design for
Okay.
that season.
Okay.
We got Odd Taxi. I am gonna lie, I don't watch it, but like character design wise, come on, no. Stop. Ranking of Kings. Again, it's more of an animation thing than art style, I would say. Like I'm not like, oh my god, it looks like, you know, I'm more so like, oh my god, it's so fluid and beautiful. Skate the Infinity. I didn't get into that one. Vivi and Wonder Egg.
See, it does they probably had a great year, man.
I'd give it to Vivi. The character
I was
designs
gonna
of
say
Vivi.
you were like talking of Vivi.
But look, there's one thing. I know it's been on here for other things. So I don't see why not.
I'd give it
I'll
a Vivi.
put Demon Slayer at least on this list. I don't know if you agree or disagree, Fornever. Me and Slice have talked about this.
Come
Demon
on.
Slayer has some of the best character designs in shonen.
Absolutely.
They're all so unique visually. They're like amazing. Like I feel like it should have been on here.
In the
See,
modern
I feel
age.
like that for Black Clover. I feel like Black Clover. I love
We talked about that too. We talked about
Yuki
that too.
Tabata's little, like, if you go back to his Hungry Joker series, I always reference that because that was my first exposure to his art style. It's
Same.
something about that crew, like when there's a demon or somebody is being really freaking messed up, like he knows how to draw some really sick shit that, like, I don't know, I love that art style for Black Clover. And it's not me being biased about this, it's just genuinely aesthetically, there's something about those character designs and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about. Well, I feel for Black Clover too, but I feel that more strongly about Demon Slayer. Like every character is so unique, like visually.
I think with Black Clover, it's like they're able to make it gnarly, but also like not so grotesque that it leaves the mainstream sort of visuals or aesthetic.
Yeah.
Demon Slayer is probably like the best when it comes to character designs when it comes to modern anime, modern shonen. there's nothing that I can think of that even comes close.
Yeah.
Every single
Very
character,
clean.
you can look at them and you pretty much know what you're dealing
Look how
with.
flashy Tengen is, and then you have another character like Rengoku, who's more like more like a light, like a
Yeah,
warrior.
exuberant, and you can see it.
Man.
Brilliant.
Hairstyles, man. Otoge, go.
Like there's you know, plain simple, calm, water, Yome Himejima, crying, praying. You don't get this anywhere else.
Right.
These are just like it's something else. And transformations.
Yeah. I would have Mugen Train on this list at least.
Yeah, I think it's a criminal injustice not to have it here.
And they have it in a and
although Wonder Egg looks nice.
Wonder Egg, it deserves a nomination. I don't know if I'd give it the win, but it deserves a nomination.
For everything. Give it everything.
That's the story of Wonder Egg. Oh shit.
You should have a Wonder Egg counter on the screen.
Honestly.
Yo, whoever's editing this one for me, you heard the man. Put that shit in there.
Wonder Egg counter.
Alrighty. Best Director winner, Baku Kinoshita for Odd Taxi. Again, I hate it. I really wish I would have watched this one. I didn't realize it was going to be this much of a freaking key player on everything. And the nominees were Yuichiro Hayashi from Attack on Titan, Sung-Hoo Park for Jujutsu Kaisen. I've heard that name before. Yo Moriyama, Megalobox, Shingo Natsume from Sunny Boy, and Shin Wakabayashi from Wonder Egg Priority.
Wonder Egg counter.
Bing!
Get it going. Get it going.
Best Director.
I have to strongly disagree. There's no way. Like there's just no way that JJK is on this list for direction and did not take it. It's impossible. This doesn't make any sense.
Because it's the direction that put really Jujutsu Kaisen on the map. If it wasn't for that director, who knows where we'd be at with it.
I don't even know how this could even come to pass, just because I can't even give it to the popularity thing. I can't say that, the series just isn't there yet. How?
Maybe they're giving it a handicap because they're not like humanoid characters and directing it to make you feel like kind of like B stars. Maybe that's where they were going with it.
Reality, you mean, maybe? Or like, emotions like
Yeah, like it made you feel like you're actually watching humanoids when
I mean,
I don't know. That was a terrible reach. I just don't know why.
But if it's similar to a Gretzko, where it's like these animal things, whatever, are showcasing very human emotions and going on that type of ride, maybe.
But then you got to compare it to Attack on Titan.
I'm sure there's plenty of Odd Taxi fans out there that are screaming at us right now. You don't
listen. I am going to watch Odd Taxi now because I need to know how this is possible. Because if I'm just sitting here like, oh my god, who directed this?
You're gonna look up everything he's ever done.
Look out for his tweets.
Yeah, I was wrong.
A year later after it's airing, Odd Taxi, by the way, you guys should be watching.
And Megalobox 2 also deserves a nod for Best Director because the direction of that show, to go from what that first season felt like to we're in the slums of Mexico, motherfuckers is breaking into abandoned buildings just to survive. Joe is dealing with a whole bunch of really messed up stuff. The director really had to keep his foot on the gas because it could have got lost real quick. Like, you're going to Mexico and where's these characters? What happened? But he kept it together and it little by little unfolds throughout the season. So I got to give a nod for that one. Shout outs to Yo Moriyama.
Attack on Titan, just in terms of the workload, the difficulty, put it all together in that. Yeah, and it's in such a small time frame. Let's remember that, like how long it took us to get seasons of Attack on Titan previously. They adapted the manga so fast. These are two strong contenders right here that I wouldn't even think anything could break through, but Taxi must be just like the best series possible, man.
And Wonder Egg is just something else. Let's jump on to let's get a little bit Sonic with it. Best score. The best score winner is Yuki Kajiura and Go Shina from Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Mugen Train arc. So musically, I remember there was a few cues. I mean, let alone the opening was fire. With that part, that was one of the things that I remember saying, like, hey, we got a cool opening out of this, why not? But score wise, damn, I hate to keep sounding like a fanboy of it, but easily would have been Megalobox for me. It was something real unique for an anime to go just this all Hispanic Mexican music, and like that was wild. I mean, I'm sure these other shows got some dope shit, but Megalobox, whoa, I don't know.
Like the jazz and cowboy bebop type thing. I always love when shows step out and do something like that.
I don't feel well versed enough to touch upon this entirely because I'm not familiar with the music for all these shows, and I'm basing off of my knowledge of season 1 with Megalobox. But if they kept that same energy from season 1, there's like that is some of the best stuff possible. They really like were in their bag when it came to the different sounds. Like it felt grungy. You felt like you were in the city. It felt like you were in the slums. It felt like you were elevated depending on the situation. And I think especially with a series that is just, you know, one-to-one boxing, you have to have that sort of intensity to the music to convey the weight of each punch and things like that. Demon Slayer, such an emotional ride, such an emotional experience in so many ways. I think the music played a big factor, whether you recognize it or not, in how we felt about everything that happened with that arc.
Yeah, they had a lot of dramatic cues that I do remember. Like every now and then I'll be like, oh shit, that was interesting. It made the scene feel a little bit more, because again, they gotta, when you're doing something like readapting for a similar medium, like you're just putting it into a TV series opposed to just an anime, you gotta try and give all the other bells and whistles a little bit of a tweak. So go in the music, do something different. Like I remember there was a Rengoku score in that first original episode that they did that was kind of dope. So
it's a movie, so you know, a movie will always go above and beyond. So
fair enough.
okay, we got the final 6 categories. Let's do it. We got Best Girl, and the winner of Best Girl, Nobara Kugisaki, Jujutsu Kaisen Core 2. Ooh, I ain't mad at it.
no surprise there. People love her.
Are we sure?
Well, I mean, people she's so popular.
No. I'm surprised by Komi not winning.
Komi didn't win.
has a-
Toru Honda didn't take the dub, and that's Fruits Basket. It looks like the Fruits Basket fandom, either they really weren't, they're not really into like this voting stuff, or they've shrunken, because I would have expected Fruits Basket to tear it up with, like, you know, these are fans that they've been rocking with this series for like 20 freaking years. So it's kind of shocking to see that Fruits Basket, while it got nominated a bunch of times, it's not taking any W's. That's kind of interesting.
But I'd give it to Nobara myself personally.
You sure you wouldn't give it an Ioto? Because Wonder Egg is on there again.
Wonder Egg counter.
Bing!
Oh my goodness, man. Like, they did what is not in this series.
You're walking away watching Odd Taxi. I'm gonna walk away watching Wonder Egg.
Yeah.
Truly a jack of all trades.
Master of none. But shout outs to Nobara. I don't got no argument with that. Nobara is awesome. I was screaming how much I love Nobara from, like, what was she introduced? Episode 3, I think. Let's move on. This one I'm very happy about. Best Boy. Winner, Boji from Ranking of Kings. And I want to say, even when I was talking about the nominations initially, that was my pick for Best Boy. Or I tied it. I'm not gonna lie. I tied. I said either Boji or somebody from Tokyo Revengers, because 2 contestants from Tokyo Revengers are nominated. Mikey
This one surprises me.
and Draken. I wouldn't, Boji or Mikey would have been my pick, but I'm very happy with Ranking of Kings taking something. What do you guys think?
You want to work through the nominations? You didn't do that for this one.
Okay. We got Senku Ishigami, Dr. Stone season 2. I guess that would probably be one of the few that you could put in, because Dr. Stone, it was dope and all that stuff, but I don't know if I'd like animation wise or fights. So at the very least, they included him in something. Then we got Izumi Miyamura from Horimiya. We got Arakawa from Taxi, Boji Ranking of Kings, Ken Draken from Tokyo Revengers, and Manjiro Mikey from Tokyo Revengers. Again, yeah, unfair. Why the hell are they having 2 from the same series in the nomination?
That's not okay.
So here's why this one surprises. Where's Gojo?
Ooh.
Did Gojo not dominate the internet for like the first?
Why isn't Gojo in any? Now that you wait, no. This was Core 2. Was he a part of? That's what they were judging off of. They wasn't judging off. Was Gojo really doing badass shit in Core 2?
Wasn't he right there with the Toto versus Yuji? He was right.
Yeah. He saw what the
blue, red, purple. You know, where's Gojo?
holy cow.
I'm surprised by this entire category, to be honest. Like, the fact that they felt so limited that they would put 2 for Tokyo Revenge. I love Mikey.
Yeah.
Draken's not
especially-
necessary.
Why are there 2 there and not Gojo?
I'm
I shouldn't have to say it. Gojo dominated the internet for like the first half of the year.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even like
It goes back to there's got to be a lot of recency bias, that they're forgetting what a lot of like the earlier in the year series did and the characters that people loved
But,
earlier in
like,
the year.
Best Boy. I mean, do the main characters of Demon Slayer and My Hero Academia not count?
Where's One Piece? Where's a lot of, like, One Piece got completely shafted on. Like, One Piece had a godlike freaking year. of
We
anime.
don't need that on here.
No One Piece.
I-
Black
I-
Clover. Come on, man. It had 3
Gojo's
months.
on
And
this list, he'd win.
where's Yami at?
There's no way.
Maybe there's just like best boy. You have to be under a certain age limit or
Age?
something. I don't know.
Well, that could be, yeah, because he's all younger. Okay, that would make sense. I don't know about Taxi because that looks like it's supposed to be the representation of a grown man, right? Probably
Right.
somebody screaming, "No, you don't know nothing about Taxi for them. Shut up."
But then where's Tanjiro?
Where's Tanjiro? Where's I don't know if they would have put him, but where's Deku? Deku is a solid vote.
He might have even been on it before for previous years. That could probably.
Yeah.
Because that season, the whole season 5 aired through 2021, right? That wasn't a crossover, right? That was all of 2021.
2021. Yeah.
Yeah, and Deku had like the first half of the anime. The main thing of that season was Deku and his learning the black whip and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, the vast majority of the season was Deku. I think we only got like what was it, 4 or 5 episodes of the villains?
And now that I'm looking, hold on, because we only have 4 categories left. This is one of the first years since I've been following the Crunchyroll Anime Awards that My Hero Academia isn't completely slaughtering. Like every year, that was one of the complaints I always see people saying.
That's a telling sign of season 5 to me, but
What was it? At some point, there was one where they just swept.
yeah, they ate everything.
Dang.
Or was it 4? Season 4, they might have swept like everything.
That is telling though of what the damage season 5 has done. Wow.
Can they recover with season 6?
I don't think so because they're gonna keep making these movies.
10 what was it, 10 movies, 10 years, something like that?
Yeah.
Let's scoot
It's
on
the
over.
last year of the manga, but okay.
Unless we get My Hero Academia
Mikey
new
should have
class.
for
new
me. 'Cause I
class.
haven't seen everything else. I love Mikey, but
Really? Mike? Yeah, no. Yeah, Mikey. Like I said, that would have been my choice if it wasn't for boy. I just wanted Ranking of Kings to win
to
something.
get a dub, yeah.
Yeah, like come on. Although Tokyo Revengers really ain't get one either, and I love Tokyo Revengers, man. So either one I would have been fine with. Alrighty. Best ending sequence. Winner, Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Mugen Train arc. So are they just referring to like the ending song, ending theme?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I really wasn't familiar with ending themes like that for any of these things. I think I probably would have gone with either Titan or Demon Slayer.
I would have gone with So I'm a Spider, So What. That was a intense, powerful ending that I watched every time I finished that episode.
Is that a isekai series?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I need to get back into watching a few isekai. I let the amount of isekai popping up kind of deter me away from the whole genre. So I'm like, oh, there's too many. I need to start getting back in. All right, well, this one I'm sure we'll be a little more versed in. Best opening sequence winner. And the winner is Attack on Titan Final Season Part 1, Shinsei Kamatechan. Yeah, I did a butchering on that. See, here's something that I would have thrown Demon Slayer, the Mugen Train opening sequence in here because I really loved that opening for the readaptation. I was like, okay, we got a fire opening, but it's not. So we got Attack on Titan, we got Beastars, Jujutsu Kaisen, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, Odd Taxi. They just want us to watch Odd Taxi, and Tokyo Revengers. I'm not even gonna lie, I probably would give it to Tokyo Revengers because either Tokyo Revengers or Jujutsu Kaisen. I like that Attack on Titan. I'd probably go with Tokyo Revengers because I played that on my own time.
I feel like they put some variety picks
Yeah.
here. I really enjoyed JJK's. I enjoyed Tokyo Revengers. And I enjoyed Attack on Titans. But I do think I'm surprised that Attack on Titan won out because, you know, I remember when that intro just came out, people were talking all kinds of crazy stuff about it. They were not fans.
Yeah, I remember that too. All the
you-
Attack on Titan intros, that was probably the one that people liked the least.
You think people voted thinking that this was the newest one?
Yeah.
I promise you they're winning this next year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, there's nothing could compare to that. Just for my own fun, anytime I start an episode of Part 1 of Attack on Titan, I listened to this opening, but like it was remixed with Pop Smoke. So I would just be hyped going into it.
Remix with Pop Smoke. Yo, that's fire as fuck.
I don't know who made that, but that was fire. I remember it too.
Smoke will never clear.
Yeah, that was a nice variety they had, and I give it to Tokyo Revengers on my behalf. Either that or I really liked Jujutsu Kaisen. Like almost all the music for Jujutsu Kaisen was real fire for me. So 2 left. We got Best Animation, second to last, and Best Animation. It had to win. Studio
Yeah.
Ufotable, Demon Slayer.
Studio Ufotable.
That was unfair, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. That's animation from a $15 million budgeted film compared to.
It better win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, Jujutsu Kaisen could have taken it, or Vivi, I'd say probably, but no, it had to be Demon Slayer. There's no.
Yeah. I mean, beyond big budget JJK would have won. But Demon Slayer, I mean, it did everything. You could not ask for more, except with this latest season. But yeah, Studio Ufotable did everything.
What about Wonder Egg?
I'm really curious how many nominations Wonder Egg has in total. Like, I
It was
can't
like
wait
in
to
almost
check into it.
everything. It literally was like in almost everything we touched. Oh snap!
Dude, that's the real winner, low key.
Like, yeah, 'cause if you got nominated that many times, so, you know, you just getting snubbed.
I mean, it was a wacky series, and it was like it looked beautiful and all that, but just in comparison, the competition was stiff. Like there's a lot of steep shit.
If it was a lighter year, they would have swept.
You know,
Probably.
surprise isn't on anything so far. Didn't the Black Clover anime finish up in 2021?
It should have at least got best opening. At least should have got a nomination.
Or that Yami Asta versus who was it?
Oh, versus Dante,
That's
yeah.
surprising.
They should have got at least
Yeah,
one nomination.
and look,
Come on.
Black Clover has been holding it down for Crunchyroll.
It's a top anime on Crunchyroll.
Holding it down,
Wow.
carrying on its back. When nothing else is dropping, when you waiting for the hot releases, Black Clover is here week after week after week. That's disrespectful.
And they repay it with not even giving it a goddamn mention, yo. What the hell?
Disrespect.
Well, let's go to the king of it all. The number one thing that everybody wants to know. What was chosen for anime of the year? And the winner is dun, 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 Attack on Titan Final Season Part 1 by Studio Mappa. Holy cow. Wow. Are y'all in agreement with that? Because nominations, anyway, let me read those out. 86, Attack on Titan, Jujutsu Kaisen for Core 2, Odd Taxi, Ranking of Kings, and Sunny Boy.
Where's Wonder Egg?
I'm
Yeah.
surprised. Sunny Boy over Wonder Egg? No way.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I agree. I'm not mad. I would have probably given it though Ranking of Kings. From the main ones that we're looking at, AOT, JJK, and Ranking of Kings. AOT, it had the 3D CG issues with the part 1. JJK, second core. It was dope, but it was only half a story. Ranking of Kings, you could argue those first 12 episodes felt like a whole damn story in and of itself. And it was so different, unique. The animation was fluid as hell. I don't know. I really love Ranking of Kings, but that's not to slight, because at the end of the day, Attack on Titan Final Season Part 1 was still very freaking amazing. Likewise with Jujutsu Kaisen, and I'm sure all the other participants, but I probably would have given it to Ranking of Kings.
It's hard to even quantify what goes into all this, but like just off of impact alone, AOT just sweeps anything for the year. I mean, it was crashing the website every week. To this day, it still is, you know?
Yeah.
So,
People love to discredit these series as if they're not shaking the world right now.
World.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan are shaking the whole world, not just the anime culture. Like, come
Yeah.
on, man.
people do that because they don't like agreeing with things that are popular a lot of times.
Contrarians.
Yeah, try to be different. But no, Attack on Titan definitely is way too powerful, has too much going on, and like, I mean, this has been a long ride that has been enjoyable for so long.
And the journey up to season 4, part
Mhm.
1. Like, let's not forget how crazy that jump was, you know, from season 3 to 4. Like, this is a long time coming.
That was a gamble. Yeah.
I think it makes sense.
I'm happy with it.
It's crazy that this time next year, it'd be awesome to do this. And we will be talking about like Bleach. We will be talking about like a whole new roster because a lot of these are out of here.
Man.
Chainsaw Man.
Man.
Oh, God, I'm going to be so biased. I'm going to be so goddamn
Yeah,
biased.
I'm honestly, yeah.
Power, that's good. Maximum power. Nobody else.
Oh, wow. Yeah. This
So
is going to
bad.
be crazy.
If they adapt it as they should, as I expect them to, I want every category. I want a clean sweep
The
for
next year's
Chainsaw.
Wonder Egg, except
Yeah.
for taking the award.
Yeah. Wonder Egg, but actually winning.
Although I will say, despite the incredible nature of Chainsaw Man, there is Attack on Titan that is airing right now that they're gonna have to compete with.
Oh, right.
And My Hero.
Oh,
And
no.
if it doesn't flop-
My Hero. Let's talk about some real competition here.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Listen,
yeah.
you're right. Demon Slayer. I want best performance. I want what best
Best fight.
best fight.
Best animation.
Best animation.
This is gonna be a crazy one.
Oh no, that's a
Oh, my God. This is going to
Oh,
be
no.
way more
I'm
tough.
like getting goosebumps
yeah.
thinking
Next
about
year's
how
gonna be
crazy
a
this is.
real fight.
And here's how it balances out, right? Because just like what we're dealing with in this one, next year we're going to deal with recency bias. So even though Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer are massive right now, it'll be a little bit more level because by then people will be a little bit, oh, okay, this
Yes.
happened. So it'll balance itself out.
That's seriously gonna be a tough year. Like I can't even best fight. I already give it to Demon Slayer right now, but then you got Bleach coming out. Then you got Chainsaw Man. Like it's gonna be heavy.
Oh my God, I can't.
I'm like really excited.
Like now I'm like, yo, this year 2022 is actually pretty heavy for this medium we got.
This was an amazing episode we did here. Let us know what you guys think. Do you think that they nailed it? What you would have changed for the winners of the Crunchyroll Anime Awards, and just in general, your 2 cents for the next years to come. I want to thank my guys here over at Plot Armor for joining me for this really, really awesome event. And hopefully we do this again next year in general and keep on creating content together, because it's always a freaking amazing time with you guys.
Absolutely, it's a
I'm glad to be back
blast.
here a second time on ForneverWorld and ForneverNews.
Sure. This is amazing.
Bring us back,
It's
man.
yeah,
Bring us back.
seriously. We'll have you over.
We'll have you come over, man.
Hells yeah, dog. I'm all for it, baby. But I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life. Bye. Have an awesome day. Peace in. And you guys just watched another episode of Forever News. Have an awesome day.
So just go